Hey guys, welcome to another week of Advanced Sixth Grade Math. This is Miss Richardson. I hope everyone had a great weekend. So today we're going to start talking about unit rate. So thank you for watching my video so you guys will understand how to do your assignments better. I appreciate that. All right, so this is the standard that we are going to be meeting today, and these are our learning targets. All right, so a unit rate is a ratio that is a quantity for one unit of another quantity. So last week we talked about rates. So rates is if let's say I typed 120 words in 2 minutes. Well, a unit rate is how many words can I type per minute, and per means for one. Okay, so if I typed 120 words in 2 minutes, my unit rate would be 60 words per minute. So the denominator for unit rates has to be 1, all right? If we're talking about just a rate, the denominator doesn't have to be a 1. So for example, this one compares how many, let's see, compares two different measurements, beats per minute. So if this is words, 750 words are in 3 pages. So in order to find the number of words per page, you would simply divide 750 by 3. This one at the top does compare 250 words per 1 page. So that is a unit rate. All right, so you guys can check out this quick video. It's only 2 minutes, and it describes a little bit more in detail about unit rates. If you need to watch it, it's up to you guys. So remember to divide the total by the number. So whatever is asking for, if you're asking for how many words per page, you would divide the number of words by the number of pages. If it says, if we're going, I don't know, 500 miles in 3 hours, what is the unit rate? Well, you're wanting to know how many miles per hour. That means you would divide the number of miles, 500, by the hours, by whatever I just said. I think I said 3. I'm not sure. All right, so, but anytime we're talking about money, you're always going to divide the price. You're always going to divide the price by the quantity. Okay, so for example, let's look at these over here on the bottom. Get my pen working here. So if Dean paid $4 for 6 bags of sunflower seeds, we want to know how much he paid per bag. So we're going to write that 4 in the division box. We're dividing our money by the quantity. This time it's 6 bags. Well, 6 won't go into 4, so we're going to add a decimal, and then we can think of this as 40. How many times will 6 go into 40? That would be 6 times, because 6 times 6 is 36. I'm going to subtract and get a 4, bring a 0 down. And what's going to happen is it's going to be 0.6666 repeating. So since we're talking about money, I would divide that to, since it's talking about money, I'm always going to round to the nearest penny. So, our money, the penny is the hundredths place. So the next 6 tells me to round this 6 up to a 7. So my answer would be, it is 67 cents per, that dash means per bag. Will spent $5.50 for 3 popsicles. How much did he spend per popsicle? So we would divide the money, $5.50 by 3. So 3 will go into 5 once, with 2 left over. 5 goes into 25 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract and get is 1. Bring down my 0. 3 will go into 10 3 times. Going to get a remainder of 1 again. And I would see that my 3 keeps repeating. Now, in order to round to the nearest penny, you got to go out to the thousandths place, right? So a 3 does not make a 3 rise. It stays the same. So the answer is $1.83. I'm sorry. $1.83 per popsicle. Okie dokie. All right, so those are both money, and the third one is not. So let's see what it says. If Riley drove 1,000 kilometers on 50 liters, that's an L, it's not supposed to be 501, it's 50 liters of fuel. We want to know how many kilometers she got per liter. So we're going to divide our kilometers by 50 liters. Like I said, that's not a 1, it's an L. So 50 will go into 100 2 times with none left over. And so we fill that in with a 0. So what was Riley's unit rate? She got 200. She went 200 kilometers per liter. All right, not too bad, you guys, right? A unit rate written as a fraction has a denominator of 1. So if I drive 395 miles in 5 hours, that's my rate, 395 miles in 5 hours. So to get the unit rate, I'm going to divide the number of miles by the number of hours, and 395 divided by 5 is 79. So that unit rate is 79 miles per hour. All right, so the next one says 5 inches of rain in 30 days. How many inches per day? So a lot of you want to say, oh, 30 is the big number. I'm going to divide 30 by 5. No, you got to pay attention to the words. If it's inches per day, you must divide inches by days. That means 5 is our numerator, 30 is our denominator. And if we divide 5 by 30, what do we get? Or you know what? We could keep this fraction and we could divide them both by 5, and we could just simplify it this way. We don't have to do a decimal. We could do 1/6. 1/6 of an inch per day. Okay? So either a decimal or a fraction. That's fine. You could do either one. Just keep it in fraction form and simplify it. The next one says, if I type 120 words in 3 minutes, how many words per minute? So you guys go ahead and let's look at the rest of the problems on this page. Miles and hours, 80 pages in 2 hours, 54 points in 3 games, 1,000 words in 25 minutes. All right, so you guys go ahead and pause the video and see if you can come up with all of these correct answers for unit rate. All right, so what'd you get for the third one? So 300 divided by 6 is going to be 50 miles per hour. 80 pages in 2 hours. We don't know how many pages per hour. Divide the pages by the hour. So 80 divided by 2 is 40 pages per hour. 54 points in 3 games. How many points per game? I don't know that off the top of my head. So I'm going to divide 54 by 3. So 1/24. So that's going to be 18. 18 what? 18 points per game. And then 1,000 words in 25 minutes. How many words per minute? So though it seems as though it's usually the first number divided by the second number, but that's not always the case, guys. You have to read the order of the words. If it says words per minute, divide the words by the minutes. If it says how many minutes per word, you would have to divide the minutes by the words. You understand? So 1,000 divided by 25, what is that? 4 words per, or is it 40? I think it's 40. 40 words per minute, right? Of course, Miss Richardson, don't be silly. All right, how'd you guys do? How'd you guys do? I hope you did well. Now, like I said earlier, if it's money, even if the money isn't written first in the math problem, you always divide the money by the quantity. All right, so you guys try these. And guys, by the way, if you're doing these problems unit rate, I don't care if you use a calculator. You have my permission to use a calculator, okay? Some of you just love to divide, and that's great, but you don't have to. I meant long division. All right, so 30, I know 30 divided by 6, 30 is the money. So 30 divided by 6 is $5 per book. What about if I can buy 10 pencils for $4.50, how much per pencil? Well, if I divide 4.5 by 10, I move the decimal to the left, and I know that it is 45 cents per pencil. What about the next one? Is that going to be, y'all doing these, right? Go ahead and do these on your own, and then hopefully you're checking your answers. 40 cents per apple. Four baseballs for $16. It's going to be $4 per baseball. 4 binders for $12. That's going to make them $3 each or per binder. $6.50 for 2 hamburgers. Well, half of that's going to be $3.25 per burger. 12 sodas for $4. We're dividing 4 by 12, you guys. 4 by 12. So I know that's how many times will 12 go into 40? That'd be what? 3? Yep, 30, 36, right? And then we're going to get a remainder of 4 again. So once again, it's going to be 0.3333. So we're going to say about 33 cents per soda. It's a good buy. And then $100 divided by 8. My brain is tired, you guys. I'm using my calculator too. It's going to be $12.50. And this is money, so make it look like money. Always go to the penny, okay, per shirt. All right, I bet you guys got all of those right, especially if you're using your calculators. All right, so your first lesson for this week is figuring out unit rates, not using money. And then the second assignment for this week is you are comparing prices, and you want to know which is the better buy. All right, so when we go to the grocery store, we want to buy the most food or whatever we're purchasing for the least amount of money. So you guys know, if you ever go to Sam's, they have, you know, a small pack, not really a small pack at Sam's, but a medium pack, and then like the jumbo pack of tissue paper that should last your family an entire year. Well, the reason people buy in such big quantities is because usually they're getting the most for their money. It's much less per unit. The unit price is much less if you buy a bigger package usually. All right, so you are going to be comparing prices like I said. For example, at the Burger Shack, you can buy 2 hamburgers for $4.25. Or at Bubba Burgers, you can buy the same type of hamburger, 3 of them for $6.42. So in order to compare them and find the best rate or the better deal, you are going to divide the price. So here we have $4.25 being divided by 2 burgers. So those prices, so it's basically $2 and almost 13 cents per burger. So 2.125. And then the other deal, you can get 3 burgers, the same burger, for $6.42. So that is $2.14. So which is the better buy? Well, it's going to be the Burger Shack because it costs less per burger. Okie dokie. So if you go to Fruity Pebbles, if you go to Publix, you can buy a huge box of Fruity Pebbles or whatever you want. And then you can get a smaller box. So you want to find out which one is going to get me the most for my money. So you can always look at the little price tag on the shelves at the grocery store, guys. Almost 100% of the time, it tells you the unit rate. And when I buy groceries, I always look at the unit rate. And almost always, not always, but a lot of times, most of the time, the bigger package is actually the better buy, even though when you go to the cash register, you're going to pay more for that actual bigger box, but you're actually spending less per ounce or per pound or whatever the quantity is it comes in. All right, so let's see about these 2 boxes of cereal. Which one's going to be the better buy? So we're going to divide our $10 box of cereal by 40 ounces. So 40 will go into 100 twice, and that will be 80. So that'll be a remainder of 20. Bring down a 0, and this one is 25 cents. 25 cents per ounce, right? You with me? And what about the $7 box of cereal with 20 ounces in it? Well, 20 will go into 70 3 times, so that's 60 cents with 10 left over. And then 20 will go into 105 times. So the 20-ounce box is 35 cents per box. So the question should say, which box of cereal costs less per ounce, not pound? And the answer is the bigger box, the 40-ounce box, because it's cheaper. It's cheaper per ounce, even though at the cash register, it costs us more money. All right, how you feeling about that, everybody? All right, so these are some good problems that I want you guys to try. And then I did work them out for you on the next slide so you guys can check your answer. So today, technically, you don't have an assignment. I do want you guys to try these problems, like I said, and read the questions carefully, okay? So like this last one, ask one more question than the other ones did. So let's fly through that screen. And then here's another one where you have to find the better buy. So these are word problems. I want you to try the first 3 problems and then these 3 problems and read the questions carefully. Okay, so for example, the first 2 says, which is the better buy, but number 3 says, how much would you save with the sale price? Okay, so I've worked out all of those details. You know, I worked out the problems for you so you can see my work. And then here's an awesome brain pop game. So if you have enough time today after watching the video and doing those practice problems, you will need to open Brain Pop through your launch point first, and then you can play this game. Okay, I encourage you to. And here's some extra questions. It's, you know, they're probably they're just review questions. All right, you guys, so you have 2 assignments following this video, and then I'm making another video for you guys for Thursday later in the week. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. And of course, I have office hours on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys later.